You won't believe what is happening to Kenya's most powerful opposition leader right now, Raila Odinga, missing for over 2 weeks. Doctors ordering him to stop. The entire nation asking one terrifying question: where is Baba?
The big question is, why did ODM in the last minute cancel their 20th year celebration that was going to be happening in Mombasa? And in connection to that, why is the leader of ODM, Raila Odinga, trending for health reasons? And of course, yesterday, we received reports that there was an influential political leader who was in critical condition in a hospital here in Nairobi. Again, other reports have started coming out that this influential political figure sought medical attention, critical one, 2 weeks ago abroad. Again, my question still stands. Where is Raila Odinga?
What they're hiding will shock you. The truth behind his disappearance, the medical emergency no one saw coming, and the political earthquake about to hit Kenya. But first, let me tell you what insiders are whispering behind closed doors.
It's allegedly Baba Raila Odinga is under very critical condition. He needs our prayers. Najua kuna mafans wengi wa Baba, despite the fact he actually got to a point akabetro emergency wengi sana, but as per now he needs Kenyans prayers, so pray for Baba.
October 3rd of 2025, Kenya wakes up to empty political rallies, cancelled meetings, and a deafening silence from the man who has dominated the country's politics for over 5 decades. Raila Amolo Odinga has vanished from the public view. Newspaper headlines scream the same question: where is Raila? Television stations run constant speculation. Social media explodes with theories ranging from simple illness to something far more sinister.
Kuna story na trend that either mzako Lee Funeral Home ama kuna Nairobi Hospital.
Raila Odinga is sick, and that's according to Star newspaper. So Star newspaper wanasema that Raila Odinga 2 weeks ago alienda Maju for treatment. I don't know where, but south of the country. Then akarudi sasa huku Kenya after metibiwa akakuwa stable. Akarudi huko Kenya kwa hospitali moja hapo Kanairo. Akakaa basa akaambiwa ni aje mzee. So fai kurandaranda mambo na siasa. Unafaa utulie, and that's the reason I think ODM at 20 year celebration yao imekuwa cancelled.
The Orange Democratic Movement headquarters in Nairobi buzzes with nervous energy as party officials deflect questions with vague statements and forced smiles. But here's what makes this different from every other time Raila has stepped back from the spotlight.
I'm seeing people on social media worried about the whereabouts of Raila Odinga. Why are you worried about Raila Odinga when you all said that Raila Odinga's story yake iliisha?
And this time, Kenya is holding its collective breath, waiting for answers that seem increasingly difficult to find. The last time Kenyans saw their beloved Baba in full political action was weeks ago. Since then, nothing but whispers, rumors, and unofficial statements so carefully worded, it raised more questions than it answered.
Cheki, ukipata a minute, please pray for Raila Odinga. Upata information ako in a very critical condition. Cheki, maze tumwambie apate nafuu jo, bana.
The statement mentioned medical advice, rest, and reduced engagements, but what it didn't say speaks volumes louder than what it did. Let me take you back to when people first started noticing something was going wrong.
Baba Raila Odinga ako either Nairobi Hospital ama ako Lee Funeral Home. Mtuambie Raila Odinga ako wapi? Alipanga kufanya mkutano kubwa sana wa kuadhimisha miaka solution ya ODM, lakini akacancel huo mkutano, inasemekana akakimbizwa hospitali.
It began subtly. A missed rally here, a cancelled interview there. For most politicians, this would be unremarkable, but for Raila Odinga, a man known for his relentless political energy and constant presence in Kenya's public life, this absence were alarming red flags. Sources close to the ODM leader speaking on condition of anonymity because they feared repercussions revealed that Raila had been unwell for several days before his complete withdrawal from the public life. He was pushing himself far too hard. One insider confided, even when the fatigue became obvious, he insisted on continuing his engagements. It took his doctors practically ordering him to stop before he finally agreed to rest. But wait, there is more to this story, because what started as whispers among political circles has soon become a front-page news across every major Kenyan newspaper. The Nation, The Standard, The Star, all running variations of the same headline, the television networks dedicating entire segments to analyzing his absence, radio talk shows fielding call after call from concerned citizens wanting to know what had happened to their political icon. The timing couldn't be more politically sensitive. Kenya stands at a crossroad, with the 2027 elections already casting long shadows over current political maneuvering. Raila's role in the political landscape remains crucial. His endorsement capable of swaying millions of votes, his opposition voice necessary for democratic balance, and his absence creates a vacuum that politicians from all sides are eyeing with a mixture of concern and opportunity. What makes this situation even more intriguing is Raila's history with health scares. Over the decades, he has faced several medical challenges, each time bouncing back with characteristic resilience. In March 2021, he was admitted to Nairobi Hospital with what his family described as general fatigue and body aches. Days later, news broke that he had tested positive for coronavirus, sending shockwaves through the nation. Many feared the worst given his age and the severity of COVID-19 at that time. But that is not all. Wait until you see what happened next, because what I'm about to reveal about the medical advice he received, the secret meetings being held, and the real reason his political rivals are both worried and celebrating will completely change how you view this entire situation. The political implications are massive, but first, you need to understand the pattern that is emerging. Go back to March 2017. Raila suddenly fell ill and checked himself into Karen Hospital. The diagnosis? Food poisoning. His spokesperson at that time, Dennis Onyango, confirmed that doctors ran comprehensive tests and treated him for the condition. He was discharged the following day, but the incident sparked intense speculation about the circumstances surrounding his illness. In Kenya's charged political atmosphere, nothing is ever just a simple illness. Fast forward to July 2023, and history seemed to be repeating itself. Raila went missing from the public view during a crucial period of anti-government protest that he had helped organize for days. Kenyans wondered where the opposition leader was when his presence seemed most needed. When he finally broke his silence in an interview with NTV, he explained that he had been battling a severe fever, so intense that his doctors advised him to take a complete break from political activities. The fever was too strong, Raila explained in that interview, his voice carrying a rare note of vulnerability. My doctors were very clear. I needed to rest and recover fully before resuming my duties. His absence during those protests created a leadership void that his political opponents were quick to exploit, questioning his commitment and his health's impacts on his ability to lead. But here is what most people don't know. Each of these health incidents followed a pattern: intense political activity, grueling schedules that would exhaust people half his age, followed by sudden physical collapse. Raila Odinga operates at a pace that defies his age, traveling across the country, attending rallies, holding meetings that stretch late into the night, maintaining the kind of schedule that would challenge even the youngest, fittest politicians. His doctors have repeatedly advised him to slow down, to delegate more, to accept that at 79 years old, his body cannot sustain the same relentless pace it once could. But Raila, driven by what many describe as an almost messianic sense of political destiny, has consistently pushed back against such advice, believing his presence and personal touch remain essential to his political movement's success. The coronavirus infection in 2021 perhaps marked the most serious health scare. COVID-19 had already claimed thousands of Kenyans' lives, and the image of Raila Odinga hospitalized with the virus sent waves of fear through his supporters. His brother, Oburu Odinga, tried to calm nerves by stating there was no need for alarm, but the nation remained on edge until Raila himself released a statement confirming he was out of danger and recovering. Now let's talk about what is happening right now. In October 2025, because this situation carries elements that make it distinctly different from all previous health scares. According to the most recent reports from the Star newspaper, sources confirmed that Raila has been unwell and that doctors had advised him to significantly slow down his engagements. But the vagueness of the statements, the lack of specific details, and the prolonged nature of his absence have created an information vacuum that speculation rushes to fill. What we know for certain is limited but significant. Raila has been missing from the public view for over 2 weeks now, an extraordinarily long absence for a man whose political brand depends heavily on constant visibility and engagement. The ODM party headquarters has been unusually quiet, with senior party officials offering only carefully scripted responses when pressed by journalists. He is resting on doctors' orders. They repeat like a mantra, but the details remain frustratingly scarce. Kenya political landscape has been defined by Raila Odinga's presence for generations. His absence creates uncertainty, not just within his own party but across the entire political spectrum. Allies wonder about the future, whether they should begin positioning themselves for a post-Raila political reality. Opponents, while public wishing him well, privately calculating how this potential permanent withdrawal might reshape their own political strategies. So where does this leave Kenya as we move forward into an uncertain political future? Raila Odinga's recent reappearance at his sister's graduation and his meeting with ODM official suggests he is recovering, that the concerns, while real, may not signal an immediate end to his political career, but the question raised during these weeks of absence remain relevant. How much longer can Raila maintain the grueling pace of Kenyan's politics? What happens to ODM and the broader opposition if he steps back? Who fills the space left by one of Africa's most enduring political figures? The truth is only time will answer these questions definitively. What we know right now is that Raila Odinga, the man millions call Baba, faces health challenges that require rest and medical attention. We know that his absence creates ripples throughout Kenya's political ecosystem. We know that his story, whatever chapters remain to be written, has already profoundly shaped modern Kenyan history. For now, Kenyans watches and waits, hoping for Baba's full recovery, while also confronting the reality that political careers, no matter how storied, eventually end. The uncertainty continues, the speculations persist, but one thing remains clear: Raila Odinga's impact on Kenya will echo long after his political career concludes, whenever that moment arrives. If this video helped you understand the complex situation surrounding Raila Odinga's health and its implications for Kenya, smash that like button, subscribe to stay updated on this developing story, and share these with anyone who needs to understand what is really happening in Kenya's politics right now. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think Raila will run in 2027? What does this mean for Kenya's political future? Let's discuss. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep questioning.